All right, guys, the countdown has been taken care of. Good evening and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. It is the day when we will talk about your performance and I'll be able to give you some feedback because, of course, I've made my observations. Now, you need to make sure that you note down all the points, even if it is not a personal feedback to you. Sometimes the feedback is so common that it can apply to you also. So please listen to this feedback very properly, observe it. I would want to know if the parents are also listening to this because I had recommended so on the Telegram channel. I would want the parents to watch this because if we are serious about bringing some improvement, then you got to watch out for what they are probably where they are going wrong, the areas of improvement, where we are going to discuss that in detail. The idea is to at least have the feedback for 3 students in detail and then offer a general feedback to others. Let's see. Now, this is the first ever session with a revised timing. One more thing I would want to ask you is if you are okay with this session instead of Sunday, can we have this session on Saturday? That's yesterday we could have had that. So instead of Friday, we went to Sunday. But then some people may have some plans on Sundays. So can at the same time can we do it on Saturday so you remain free the entire time on Sunday? So that can be done if you are okay with that. The timing will remain the same. It's just that from Friday we shifted to Sunday. So instead of Sunday, can we just finish it on Saturday itself? We keep Sunday for us, for our own private life, or not? Yeah, personal life. Okay, we are joined in by Easy Science, and that's, I believe, Rayanch, is it? We are joined by Jai. We are going to give Jai a feedback. Itesh is here. Aryan is here. Says good evening. Dishen is here. We are joined by Kavish as well. We are joined by Ankit. Hello, Ankit. How are you? Maybe you're enjoying your holiday today. Is it your weekly off? I have no idea about your schedule. Saurish is here. Our very own Ant-Man is here. And Dishan is saying, yes, we could do it on Saturday. There's no problem at all. And it's evening for sure. I don't know what Ant-Man is exactly greeting me, but it's evening for sure. And Saturday is better in my opinion, simply because Sunday you can keep it for yourself. More often than not, Sunday is supposed to be a holiday for everybody to enjoy. So instead of Sunday, maybe next week onwards, we could do it on Saturday. All right, we'll take a call on that. Let's get started. Let me know if you are ready with your notepad, something to jot down. And also, please, it's a request to the parents to watch this. If by any chance the parents are missing out on this, well, it's a video on our channel, so you can always go ahead and watch it later as well. You can do that. So, Jai, make sure that you type these notes as well. The parents should watch such feedback sessions, and if they miss the session, then they can watch it later because they will be there. It will be there on our channel. All right. Now, Kavish is here. Kavish, it's good to know that you're participating in the chat. Normally, he's just someone who watches it on the television, is not so. Let's get started with this. So we are going to have a nice feedback for 3 guys today that we shortlisted. If you remember, we are going to talk about Jai. We are going to talk about Namish Dhake. We are going to talk about Sagar Khedkar. Those 3. And I have done some detailed analysis. That's why we have a separate session for feedback. Because, hey, at the end of the day, you must play better. 100%. There's no doubt about that. A lot was understood even by me where you're lagging, and maybe the feedback I give them can also apply to you. You can mention it in the chat like, sir, this point applies to me also. Very important, guys, very important. So look at what Jay has typed. For all parents should watch this, and if they miss the session, then they can watch the stream later. There's no doubt about that. Arya Mahakal is here. Sagar, you shouldn't be late today. It is after all a feedback for you. Please remember, Sagar, that the parents should watch this feedback session. If they are unable to do so due to some work or something, they should watch the stream later. Okay, it is very important. Oh, I was making my point. I was saying that you can type it in the chat. Like you can say, oh, sir, the point that you just said applies to me also. I have noticed that I do that in my games. That's all. That's always going to be helpful. So, okay, this is the feedback session. Today is 8th of August 2021. Properly jot down all the points. Feedback by yours truly. It's Ameya Vaidya, sir. The first one is for Master Namish Thake. And Master Namish Dake, if you know, his ID is Namish2011. His rapid games are about 114 games. That's as of this morning. I've mentioned even the time there. And look at the classical games. Now, that is what something I just did not like at all. Not one bit, I'm telling you. Not one bit. So, Jay, this is probably the time where you take the feedback, but at the same time, you do some typing as well. Type it to Namish. Namish, you need to play more classical games, like 2 classical games. You don't even get a rating with 2 classical games. Okay. Granth has joined us. Granth, why have you joined late? It's Sunday, man. For God's sake, you can't be late. Come on, guys. Be serious with your chess improvement. I call you the rising stars, and you truly are. But then imagine if Neeraj Chopra was late yesterday to Tokyo. Yeah, talk about some serious hard work and gold medal. You can't join a freaking online class on time. Tough, I know, harsh, but yeah, harsh fact. Get a reality check. Show some serious effort there, okay? So Namish, you need to play more classical games. You can see here that you have 2 games to your credit. Only 2 classical games. That's like pathetic. You have to play more classical games. I don't care how much of bullet games you play. Guys, I'm making this statement and I want Jay to highlight it. If you want to improve in chess, the slower you play, the better it is. And mark my words, you can play bullet for fun. And I play bullet for fun sometimes. Yeah, sure. But then unless you play classical games or rapid games in adequate amount, we are not going to improve. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. So very important that you must play more classical games. Like 2 games is nothing. Dude, 2 games. You see there in the rating alongside the rating column is a dash. Like you don't even have a classical rating at all. Just as this point applies to me as well. Now, game completion rate is very nice, about 97%. So once he plays, once the game starts, Namish does end it. Anything above 95% is good. Anything less than 95% is bad, depending on how many games. I mean, like if you have played like 10,000 games like me, then 90% above is okay. But 97% is good. That means when he plays games, he does finish them. That's a good statistic. His rapid rating is 1563 and that's with 114 games. So that's pretty decent. I'm not quite unhappy about it. It's okay. So let's dive further into more. Sagar says applies to him as well. Aryan says applies to me. Well, surely. So guys, I think that's a bold statement. So Jay can now rephrase that and say that all should play more of rapid and classical games. Rapid and classical, they both are absolutely vital, pivotal. If you want to show some improvement, you should definitely play classical game, because the more time you have to think, the more you will understand the game and the depth in every move. Okay, somebody type the reason why you should play that. The more, I mean, in bullet and blitz games, you have to play your moves really fast. So there is no real time to think about why is my opponent doing that. It's just pure intuition. And your opening preparation helps you at the opening. That's it. Okay. So otherwise, no, it doesn't bring about a wholesome improvement. If you have to improve, you have to play more of rapid. That's why I gave you the 10 plus 5 time control, which is rapid. I don't mean only classical. Rapid and classical. Mark my words. 10 plus 5 is a decent time to play. 10 minutes plus 5. That's what we all have agreed, okay? That we are going to play, okay? So I'm okay with that. Now let's talk about Namish's first negative. Namish, I want to know this. And if Namish is not here online, then it's a very sad thing. Because we talked about how I'm going to give you a feedback today. And then you wanted the feedback. I had a message from you on Telegram as well. Like, sir, I would like to know where I can do better. But here we are talking about you and then you are not there. Ha ha ha. Well, I hope, Namish, that you will watch the stream later. You can't afford to miss such thing because your coach has done the hard work. You don't bother to attend, is not done, and you knew it very well that is going to be the feedback session today. Okay, but nonetheless, even if you watch the stream later, that's the first point and question that I have for you. Jay, you can ask it on my behalf as well. Why did you not participate in our hub tournament? You can see in the photo there, the snapshot, the screenshot, like 8 people participated. Why is Namish not there? We have clearly said this, laid the rules. Like, if you want me to give you the feedback, you want the feedback, you want to improve, well then freaking play. So there is no reason why you should not have played in this tournament. Now, Master Namish Dake, you want to play better? Well, start doing what your coach wants you to do. Then we can talk about how you can do better. But nice. It's a good thing to talk about improvement. But again, as I said, again, let's go back to Neeraj Chopra's example because he has done us proud yesterday. Could he have only talked about the gold medal and achieved it? Could he have only talked about the gold medal and achieved it? No, sir. No, sir. Tremendous hard work. He must have followed his coach's advice. It's so important. Okay. So it's a question rightly asked by Ant-Man, and I think Jay can also type it. Why did you not play the hub tournament? There is no real reason, and I'm not going to take any excuses from you. You clearly should have played in the tournament. There's no excuse. We have once again, probably if anyone wants to type, there are 3 things I want you to do: 10 plus 5 game, then you want the hub tournament and an external tournament. So clearly, your coach notices all these things. Before this, I actually did not give a one-on-one feedback, but does not mean that I was not aware about what's happening. But then, hey, here we are. Now it's your turn, and where are you? Huh? So this is not excusable for anybody, not just for Namish, for anybody. Monday is allotted as a tournament day. You better play our hub tournament. I mean, there is simply no excuse for that. It's and that's not even in some timing outside of our hours. It's always 6 to 7 for us, isn't it? Always. So even on Monday, Jai keeps the same timing, like 6 to 7. So there is no real reason, and I'm slightly disappointed with you, Namish, over here. Let's talk about the second negative that I want to share with you. You did not play a 10 plus 5 game in the last week. Well, you can see that there are a couple of games. The screenshots are here. But man, they were played a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And we clearly had established some rules here. It should be one at least, I'm saying, at least one 10 plus 5 game per week. Now, if you go to your profile, I did not get a single 10 plus 5 rated game in the last week. The week before that, you did play 2 games, and the screenshots have been taken. We'll talk a lot about those games in order for you to learn from your mistakes. But what about this week? We agreed that you have to play one 10 plus 5 game every week. Aryan and all those guys who want to know more about how you can improve in chess, well, you have to do what your coach tells you. It is from my experience that I'm telling you. Play rapid games, play classical games. 10 plus 5 is not classical, but it's time enough, at least as a beginner, intermediate level, sufficient time to think and play. But you did not play a single 10 plus 5 game, Namish Dake. That's not what I had told you. So start doing what your coach tells you. Then we can talk about improvement. You don't get medals talking about it. You don't win tournaments talking about the prize. You have to work hard for that, man. Let's talk about the third point I have to share with you, Namish, today. Finish the piece development and look to castle early, as soon as possible. ASAP. I hope you know this jargon. ASAP, as soon as possible. But at the earliest possible opportunity, you should look to castle. Now here is a game that you played. It's 10 plus 5. Again, it's a couple of weeks ago. You didn't play any game. The next time that happens, I'll simply not give you any feedback because the ground rules are that you have to play a 10 plus 5 game for me to even talk about you personally. You want a one-on-one feedback, you do what I said. Otherwise, you don't want a feedback. Okay. So in this position, the game that you played, it is the ninth move, and you played the move shown with a green arrow, which was queen e4, blocking the check and moving the queen one more time. The queen is already moved once and yet again. Well, how nice it would have been for you to play knight ge2, not just knight e2, okay? Knight ge2. The other knight can also come on e2. So knight ge2. Now, how would that have helped you? It would have helped you, look at the position, it would have helped you finish your development faster than your opponent. Clearly, we talk about it, and now other students will also realize that whatever it is that we talk about actually is seen in the games. Now you know the word lopsided development. Now look at Namish's opponent. Look at black's position. Bishop on c8, knight on b8, rook on a8. Now this is definition of lopsided development. Namish, you have developed so nicely here. So nicely. I'm so happy to see this position. If I'm not wrong, you're a piece up here. Guys, please tell me his piece up here. Yeah, Namish is a piece up, right? You have played so well. You were going strong in this game. And all you had to do was to bring the last of the remaining piece that had not been developed. Your opponent gave you a ready-made chance of playing knight ge2, getting ready for castling, and while your opponent has done nothing about 3 pieces in the game. Okay, he is a knight up here. Okay, Aryan Bhangre, wrong answer. He is a knight up here. Both of them have the bishop pair, but Namish has the extra knight. So he is a knight up, not bishop up. But clearly, I mean, some satisfaction about whatever you study in the hub does come true. We talk about lopsided development. There you are. Your opponent has done some lopsided development and you are in the driver's seat here. But you should have played the move shown with the red arrow and you should have castled and you would have had a better game. Please remember that. Aryan Bangre, correcting himself, says that yes, it's knight up actually. What you did here, Namish, was you blocked it with the queen. The queens were exchanged, and that's why again the bishop had to move, knight had to move again. So don't move the same pieces again. The highlighting factor is finish the development quickly. Highlighted by none other than Master Ayush Tavde. Jay, I don't know what you're doing. You're supposed to do the typing. Don't wait for Ayush Tavde to do it, or you do it, okay? And also he has done good work about the lopsided development. The rook is on a8, the bishop is on b8, the bishop is on c8. Clear lopsided development. And that means that Namish Dake was clearly hot favorite to win this. But you know what? You lost this game, buddy. You lost this game. You can clearly see everybody in the screenshot. Namish lost this game. He lost 6 points. Who would believe that? I mean, you are a knight up here. You have a tremendous lead in development. And you actually lost this game, Namish. Truth hurts. You didn't play well. So just becoming a piece up is not the whole thing. You have to finish it. And yes, it is an OMGB moment. Jai, be active in the typing department. Make sure that you type and highlight the feedback. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You're senior enough to understand that. And you will have to do that also for your own feedback, Jai, because I believe you are next. But we are not done with Namish yet. Next point. You want feedback? Take it, man. Always look to attack. Now, what happened in this is that you just place your pieces in the same file, in the same diagonal. Now, this is from the same game, man. This is from the same game that we saw. I mean, the screenshot that we saw earlier. And this one is also from the same game. Okay. So, here you are and you are knight e2 was the move. Always look to attack. Take your notes. Everybody take your notes. This is not just for Namish. Now this time Jay is awesome. This time Jay, awesome work. Always look to attack. Some quick typing there, Jay. That's my point. Always look to attack. In this, you played the move shown with a green arrow, and often it happened in this game that your pieces were on the same file, on the same diagonal. That becomes an easy target for your opponent, and he did utilize that, and that's why he won. So my point is the thing about looking to attack. Now, had you played knight e2 again, well, this time it's not knight ge2. This is the only move possible. Had you played knight e2 yet again here, the bishop and the knight would have attacked the pawn. I'm not saying that that pawn would have definitely been lost or something, but again, aggression, right? What is the name of my ID? It's initiative and tempo, right? But there is a reason why I have kept it that way, initiative and tempo. Look to attack. Every move, whenever possible, look to attack and play with initiative and tempo. Try to dictate terms to your opponent. Don't play passively. That doesn't help. Nowadays, at least in modern chess, it doesn't help. So please remember, always look to attack. And what's the big point there with a bold? Unnecessary speed. I want everybody to remember this. We are looking at move number 20 here. Jay, if you would please do some notes, okay? It's move number 20 here, Master Namish Dake. You are playing a 10 plus 5 game. You have reached the stage where it's move number 20, 20. And you see that more than 10 minutes are remaining on the clock. What's the rush? What's the inauguration ceremony that is waiting for you? Where do you have to go? And now that it's a feedback today for you, you're gone. That's also nice, is it not? Yeah, awesome. What's the rush? Where do you have to go, Master Ramesh Dake? May I know? Where do you have to go? 10 plus minutes still remaining at the stage where it's move number 20. For God's sake, use your time. Yes, Jay, the game itself is 10 minutes. So Jay is right. It's 10 plus 5 and that mad rush is going to take you nowhere. So it's like by the way, you still have the lead in development. Black's bishop is on c8. The rook is on a8. Okay. It's clearly, I hope that the other students are noticing this. Sauresh, Arya, Reyansh, Itesh. Although I'm talking about Namish here, I hope you are also making notes, because this is a thing that needs to be said constantly by the coach, because it is important from the point of view of your development. You have to do the notes and then work upon, implement those suggestions and recommendations. You work on them. Okay, Ritesh is saying yes sir, noted sir. So Sagar, by the way, Sagar, you are after Jay, of course, in sequence. So we're going to talk about your games as well. But please note, right, like from the first screen, there is so much to study. Like 2 classical games. That's not fair. You don't even get a rating there. You did not play in the hub tournament. Like, inexcusable. It's a 10 plus 5 game. Look at the time that you still have. That's not going to bring about the desired improvement. Point number 5. Watch your opponent's last move. Watch your opponent's last move. Look at the last move of the opponent with the green squares. The bishop was dropped back. So clearly the threat is with the red arrow there. The rook wants to give the check and your knight is going to fall, man. Watch the threat. Your opponent has threatened to do something and you cannot say, ooh, I did not see that. A freaking 9 minutes and 49 seconds were there with you to think about it. A whole of 9 minutes and 49 seconds. And this is move number 38. Somebody give me a OMGB for that. Move number 38. And you still have 9 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Why the hell do I play demo games, guys? What do you learn from my demo games? I play demo games per week to highlight, emphasize, stress on this very same point. Like, why are you in a rush? How do I conduct my game when I play demo games? It's not about the win or loss. It's about how you use your time to think. If you are not going to use your time, then what is the use of playing 10 plus 5? Oh, because my coach has told me. That doesn't help, sir. Aryan Bangre, I didn't get a chat from you in a long while. You are aiming for Grandmaster and I am title. So this is what you need to incorporate as well. Play slowly. Nobody is going anywhere. People aren't shifting to Mars yet. So relax. The point is, there's no rush. There should be no rush. Move number 38, highlighted. 9 minutes and 49 still remain. Do I play the demo games like that? No, sir, I'm asking you. Do I play the demo games like that? I don't. At times, you would have noticed that we have less time than our opponent. More often than not, that is the case. Because when I play the demo games, some of the time is also consumed while I explain you the moves. Like, why am I making my moves? It's very important, guys. I don't play like that. Very important, guys. That's why all the sessions are important. Why do we do the tactics? Why do I play the demo games? Why is there a feedback session? Why do we have tournament on Monday? Why do we have the head-to-heads? I've just counted 5 different features that we do at Vaidya's Chess Hub, even when it is online. There are more, of course, when we meet at the hub. But even then, there are so many things you can do. Come on, man. It's about how seriously you take things. How seriously do you take your chess? That will determine how far you go. The more seriously you take it, the better it is. And especially, come on, man, when you are playing a slow game, I understand if you're playing a bullet game, well, there is nothing to think. You have to finish everything in a minute. Agreed. But when you are playing a 10 plus 5 game, do justice with it and play it like a 10 plus 5 game. You even converted a 10 plus 5 game like a bullet game. It's still pretty, 9 minutes and 49 seconds. So that's like usage of what? Like, if my math is right, is that 11 seconds? Man, is that 11 seconds? Sure, right? That's 11 seconds of thinking you did. Really? Spend time on the board. Spend time at the position. Look at the pieces. Like, what can I do? What is it that I can attack? What did my opponent play last? If you had properly looked in this position about what your opponent played last, well, you clearly would have noticed what I've highlighted in the red color. Rook check, and your knight is going to go. That's why we do the tactics session. Hello. That's why I conduct tactics. It's not just that we want to race to 25 out of 25 or 30 out of 30. That's why we do it, man. That's why we do it. So important. Okay. Yeah, Radesh Sawant, thank God you are not doing the javelin throw yesterday for India, because we would have missed the gold. Because Radesh would have reached Tokyo late. Give me a LOL and OMGB for that. And now, Radesh Sawant, maybe you will say that you had an online class, studies, tuitions. Tell me reason why you are late. Let's see. Tell me. Thank God, Radesh, you are not representing India yesterday. I'm really, like half an hour. You're only half an hour late, Radesh. Only half an hour late. I mean, that's pretty okay. Now, okay, now Granth Utekar is his birthday today. Hey, first of all, a very happy birthday. And second of all, where is Jai? Where is Jai? Immediately, Jai is like, I don't have your date of birth. Granth Utekar, you did not give Jai the day DOB, because Jai otherwise promptly wishes people on their birthday if he has the date. If you never shared the date, then how will we know? Because I am not in custody of your forms. They are at the hub and we are only operating online these days. Everybody is wishing you, by the way. That's a great thing. We are a great team, rising stars. That's good spirit. Happy birthday, Grunts. Happy birthday, Grunts. Happy birthday, Grunts. And we are still waiting for Radhesh to tell us why he's late. Now don't tell me you are buying a cake for Granth Utekar. Okay. We are waiting for Radhesh Sawant to tell us why he is only half an hour late. Anyway, happy birthday, Granth, and well, it's Sunday. After 6 o'clock, you can enjoy. Now you are excused for joining late. It's a birthday boy. Anyway, so let's continue with Master Namish. Oh, another record set by Namish. Move number 66. Somebody please highlight this. Move number 66. The guy who was a piece up. Okay. The guy who was a piece up. That's our Master Namish Dake. Okay. Piece up. Then the opponent equalized. Then Namish went a rook down. Then a bishop down. Move number 66. And still Namish has 9.5 minutes left. Oh, you don't play chess like that. Man, you don't play chess like that. No. Aryan Bhangre, are you watching this? You don't become grandmaster. That's a recipe how not to become a good player at chess. Man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your opponent had lesser experience than you. Now let's see how many people have been observing our feedback session. How many games had Namish played? Guys, at the start of this, I did share how many games had Namish played. You all should remember that. Your opponent, Namish, my dear, your opponent has played only 75 rapid games. You have played almost double his games. Almost double, I'm saying. Okay? No, not classical. I'm talking about rapid. 114 is right. Jay is super. So almost double. But look at the difference. He has 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. And the guy who takes proper coaching and training, you are still with 9 minutes and a half left. Like how? Why? From being a piece up to losing the game. Journey by Master Namish Dake. Shall we write a book on this, sir? What are we supposed to do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? Guys, I think although we are talking only about Namish this time in this example, be honest, if you are also a big culprit of doing such things, mind you, please, before we point at others, look back at what, reflect, introspect, look at yourself. Huh? So this is what happens, and that's why you need a coach to tell you these things. Sometimes, when nobody, takes proper note of how you play, the things go unnoticed. That's what a coach does. Come on, you can do better than that. You can do definitely better than this. Very, very important. I mean, 66, and it's like you now again, my math is right, like 27 seconds. Ooh, 27 seconds you used for 66 moves. Man, surely. I don't play that fast. I cannot play that fast. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, man. Ultra bullet, maybe yes. Oh, sure. Otherwise, no, no, no. This is not done. I mean, and the amazing fact, guys, the others should realize this. Jay and Ayush Tavade and Aryan Bhangre, watch in the black screenshot there. How did the game end? Was it checkmate? Kindly type it in the chat. How did the game end? Just look at that black window there, the game window. How did it end? What does it say? Was he checkmated? He used 27 seconds. 27 seconds he used. And then when he realized 27 seconds, I'm lost. Then he resigns. Ah, whoa. That's not what you do. Okay? That's not what you do, sir. I mean, come on. First you play carelessly. First you play carelessly. Like, okay, let me play fast. Let me play anything I want. Okay, 2 weeks ago. Mind you, 2 weeks ago, not last week, 2 weeks ago. This game was played 2 weeks ago. You played not a single 10 plus 5 last week. That doesn't work. That does not work. Okay? Second of all, you played so horribly. Then, when you are convinced that you are lost with 9 minutes and 33 seconds remaining, now you think it is okay to resign. Now, let us resign, go home, live life peacefully. How's that? Okay? How's that? This is absolutely not done. This is absolutely not done. And that's why you need a coach to analyze all these things. You resigned, man. You played horribly and then you resigned. Like, this is not helping, Namish. This is not helping. Now, check out this thing. This is yet another game. This is not the same game. This is the other game you played 2 weeks ago. Again, nothing last week. 2 weeks ago. Okay. Now, watch the time left on the clock. Again, it's 10 plus 5. It's the end game. You have 12 minutes remaining. You won this game. Okay, Namish, you did win this game. I mean, no doubt about that. You defeated 1551. A fact that I am proud of. But then watch what you're doing to yourself. You're not establishing technical superiority over your opponent when you should. Like 12 minutes are remaining with you. 12, okay? In a position where it's made in two, the game just went on for a series of four more moves, unnecessary, and that leads often to stalemate. That overconfidence. Please type it in the chat. The seniors who know what I'm talking about. You mess this situation, it can become a stalemate, and out of nowhere, you might be pulling your hair out. It happens. It didn't. Luckily, it didn't happen here. But this was made in two and you did not checkmate in two. All you had to do, you actually played the move shown with the green arrow. Watch out. The other students, just imagine what I'm saying, okay? He actually played the move that I have shown with the green. And then it was even then made into, by the way, that's the biggest joke. Okay. Even after that, he had made into, he did not made into. Even after the even if he had played the move with the green arrow, guys are making a big thing, okay, big comment here. First of all, the idea was so simple: get the king to c6 and it's checkmate. Okay, is it c6? Let's see. At c6, no, sorry, we are looking at it from the black to play f3, king f3, sorry, king f3. So get the king to f3 and mate on g2. But even when you played the move that's shown in the green arrow, blocking the path of your queen, your opponent still only had one move, which is king h2, and queen h5 was still checkmate into. Queen h5 was still checkmate because you had the opposition, right? Yeah? But you did not do that. Man, that did not happen. So please make sure that you use your, there are 12 minutes. Think about what is the position, what you can do best. Finish it. Don't just go on. Well, you wanted 5 more seconds added because it is 10 plus 5. You already have more time than what was allotted at the start. Big line, Jai, if you can put that in inverted commas. You have more time than what you originally had. 12 minutes. What's the rush? Where do you have to go? I have no idea. I think now, Namish, we are coming to the end of your feedback, but this is one last point that I wanted to share with you. And Aryan, you got your coordinates wrong, okay? Get your coordinates right. I already said that even after he played the move shown with the green arrow, it was still made into. But anyway, now this one, is yet another reason why you should take the tactics training very seriously. It's not joke. Whenever we do some training, it's not a bundle of jokes. It is damn serious. It is damn serious. Okay. Yes, Granth, he had 12 minutes. He had 12 minutes. I wonder if for Namish's birthday celebrations, imagine we put a chess clock and we say 10 plus 5. Will he cut the cake, feed everyone, open his gifts, read his greeting card, and perform all the dances also with 9.5 minutes remaining? Some joke. Sure. Yeah, Jay did not do the inverted comma line, but I have got my Ant-Man, so fine. Jay, sometimes I wonder if you go in a sleep mode. You have more time than what you originally were allotted. Sure, now you're 12 minutes. But okay, again, no joke. The tactic session that we do is no joke. The black pawn is getting dangerous at the near the promotion square. You played the move which is shown by the green arrow. Okay, you played the move that's shown by the green arrow. You have entirely your allotted 10 minutes with you. In fact, if I'm not wrong, it's 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Is that 10 plus 5? I think it's 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay, you have 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Yeah, Jai goes in the sleeping mode sometimes. All you had to do is utilize those 10 minutes, man. Use those 10 minutes. And you could have played the move that I've shown with the red arrow. That would have been a fork. And you are going to win the piece. You can control the pawn. And you can easily win this game. That is why we do tactics. Okay? That is why we do tactics. It's so important. Guys, please type it in the chat. Like, yeah, understood why tactics are important. This is it. So whatever. We saw lopsided development, it happens. We saw the end game skills in the previous slide. We are watching this tactic, how you can mess up the position. There you have it. So all that we study actually makes sense if you actually utilize your training. You have to use your training. And you could have finished the game here. Smooth. Okay, now this is one good feedback. The negatives are done. This is the one good feedback. Remember, you didn't play one single 10 plus 5 game, but well, you played an outside tournament, the under 10 category tournament in one of the groups that you're associated, and you actually managed a third prize. So you actually won the bronze medal, which is awesome. I am happy, although I must say that, you know, this was also an old tournament, not last week. I want this also done every week. Well, this tournament was played on 20 July. This tournament was played on 20th July, 2020th. 20th July, not 28th. So that's long ago. This is August 8 today. That also I want to be done, want it done, once every week. Tournament of the hub, an outside tournament, and one 10 plus 5 game. Then only next time I'll give you a feedback. Otherwise, don't even ask me for a feedback, Namish. It's okay to ask for a feedback, but then when you don't do anything told by your coach, I'm sorry. Everybody knows now what you had to do. Throughout the week, Jai was talking about it. I was talking about it. Like, this is what you have to do for me to give you a feedback. You could have played a 10 plus 5 game there, but no. Anyway, I hope you will do better in future. Who is the next one, huh? Is it somebody who we know? Yeah, sure. Our very own moderator, Master Jai Fulmambadikar is the next. Jai, my dear Jai, your ID is Jai1210. You have played one classical game. You have played one classical game. And if you didn't listen to that, you have played one classical game. One, Jai, one classical game, Jai. Awesome. And yet, I'm giving you the feedback, which is like some kind of a hilarious thing. Yes, the Shane Golash won one classical game, and that's as of this morning, not even last week. It's as of this morning, 8th of August, as of 11 hours. 1100 hours, 11 to be precise. The rate of completion is 97%, which is the good news. But even the rapid games are only 87. Just where are we going with this rate? At this rate, Jay, my simple question to you is, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Have you ever checked out my IDs? Have you noticed that there are about 10,000 games? One classical game. Where are we going with this? 87 rapid games. A student with experience of so many years, why don't you keep a standard ID and only continue to grow that? That's my first feedback to you. And for health's sake, start playing more rapid and classical games. 10 plus 5 is what you have to play, Jay. Now, Jay probably will be really very sad because now, you know what, Ant-Man, you can take the responsibility because this is about Jay and he might be busy listening to the feedback. But hey, wasn't it you, Jay, who had been typing it out in the chat what we are supposed to do? Now this one is good by Jay. He managed to finish on the podium like bronze medal. Jay, I was very happy with his performance, but not the performance rating. I mean, that's still under 1400. That doesn't suit you, okay? I mean, you should be close to 1400, 1500, somewhere there at that mark. Well, below 1400 is not up to the mark. It should be more than that. You can do more. You definitely can do better than that. You can do more than this. Sure, come on. But at least I'm happy that you did not do what Namish did, okay? He simply stayed absent for the tournament. At least, very important thing is you performed. That's a positive for Jay. Ayush, you need to type that as well. Not just the feedback, but the positive aspects as well. So, Jay, that's a thumbs up for you. You played the tournaments as told by your coach and you finished on the podium. Things are looking good, but the performance rating is not quite satisfactory. It's like below 1400. Nah. Next point. Watch your opponent's move. Namish also gave a free night. Remember when we were doing the Namish's feedback? Watch opponent's last move. In this game, you did worse. You gave a checkmate to Master Dishen Golash. Dishen checkmated you, Master Jay. He checkmated you, man. And that's because Jay wanted to go for some ISRO meeting, important ISRO meeting. Jay had to go. So ISRO called Jay. Like, Jay, we have to send some orbiter. Please, the trajectory is not right. Please help us with the calculation, sir. And Jay told them, I'm playing a chess game 10 plus 5. I'm playing a tournament. ISRO said, no, Jay, we want it here. Jay said, Roger that. Jay ended the game. And Jay went off to ISRO. That's a nice ISRO story I built for you. Well, what's the mad rush? What's the mad rush, Jay? The point is, look at the time at your disposal. We are not talking about 10 plus 5 game here. This is your 3 plus 2 tournament game here. This is your 3 plus 2 tournament game. Make no mistake. And even then, out of those 3 minutes, you have 2 minutes and a half remaining. 2 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Here you could have stopped the checkmate. You know what you played? As shown in with the green arrow. You did that, Master Jay Fulbamrikar. You played the move shown by the green arrow, Jay. And Queen H8, Dishen Golash checkmated you. Dishen, you are with us, right? Well played, Dishen. Dishen was completely losing, okay? You could have played F5, oh sorry, F6. You could have played F6, you could have played e5, you could have done that. Okay, very, very important. But no, you gave a checkmate. You played the move, and that goes to show again. That's why Jay said that playing fast. Remember Jay typed it very honestly, like it applies to me also. You remember that? Guys, please type the spellings correctly. Ant-Man, get the spelling right. It's full Mamdekar. Please get the spelling right. Otherwise, just type Jay. There is all the chance that you go wrong with that. Just type Jay. Jay. Can't go wrong there. किंतु जय आपकी पराजय हो गई because you played like this. OMGB, Aryamakar says, and totally. Okay, so this is what you have to do, Jay. Improve on that. Now, this is also another overconfidence spotted mode. Overconfidence spotted. These are your games. One is against Ant-Man, that's on the left. And one on the right is a game against Itesh. Both the games is what you lost. Both the games, okay? But I want you to just note the timing. We are again looking at 3+2 games. And guys, please remember that you are supposed to tell me if this applies to you also. Don't think that this is just for Jay, or you can grab some snacks and enjoy. If this applies to you, improve. Get a hold on yourself. What are you doing? Now, Jay, make a note of this, that in the first game against Ant-Man, you have 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Against Itesh, you have got 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. In a 3-minute game. That's why I'm saying overconfidence spotted. This is awesome. You can't do better at chess like this. You can't. Okay? And that's why I want people even to talk about it in the chat. Like, this is what a coach can tell you what you're doing, where you're going wrong. Okay? So important to do this. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. Some some trouble with the throat. Okay, so I think you have to make a note of all these things. Sagar is very honest, says applies to me as well. Is it because you are next? Now, Jay, you have to play the tournament from the start. This is my next feedback for you. You don't do that. If you look at this, what I've studied from your games, you do play the tournaments, the external tournaments. That's a thumbs up. Ant-Man, type that. It's a positive for Jay. He is the one who has fulfilled, the commitment. But it's an external tournament. He did play the internal tournament. Third prize there. Fine. But Jay, here is what the coach looks forward to. Okay, your performance. So very, very important that, you play the tournament right from the start. Here you finished hundreds out of 213 players. So you are in the top 50%, and that's the target I've given everybody. Remember, everybody said top 50%. So you are there. 100 out of 213 players is good. But then notice how many games you played. I mean, you played only 4 games, Jay. 1 win, 2 losses, and a draw. And your total is 3. So that means that you can participate properly. Watch what tournament you want to play, and you should participate in that tournament right from the start, stay till the end. That's why you have to look at that last point there. Plan your participation properly. Please do that, Jay. Jay, one negative for you. 3 weeks ago, you played a 10+0 game. I did not get a single 10+5 game. You are with us, Jay. Kindly bother to type the reason. Why is it that you don't have a single 10 plus 5 game? Weren't you the one as a moderator typing into the in the chat 4 to 5 times per lecture, like play 10 plus 5, play 10 plus 5? Where is Jaya's 10 plus 5? Ankit Banerjee would have told you, Ina Chalbe, where is your 10 plus 5 game? Not a single one. 3 weeks ago, 10 plus 0. This is, and that too, this is your tournament game. So, Jay, what do you mean, okay, sir? You've typed okay, sir. What do you mean by okay, sir? Why have you not played one single 10 plus 5? You typed that 4 times during one lecture. Like you have to play 10 plus 5, you have to play 10 plus 5. You forgot that yourself? You should have told yourself that. Yeah? Seriously. And Radesh Sawant is saying, don't do this. Radesh, first of all, tell us why were you only half an hour late? I told you, thank God you were not there in the javelin throw there yesterday. Otherwise, we would have never heard Janaganamana in Tokyo. Don't talk about what Jay and I should do. Talk about why you are only half an hour late. I am still waiting for one good reason. Online class, it is Sunday and you are half an hour late. That is awesome. Talk about that. Okay. There you go, some Bengali. Correct. Okay. Radesh. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. Anyway, let's continue with this, Jay. And next one and the last one, we have Master Sagar Khedkar. I have kept him at the end because I have not got a lot to say about him. So Sagar, you're going to have to work hard. Look at the classical game. Like now, Jay will be proud. Jay will say, I have one classical game. Because you have zero. Now you're making Jay come out like a hero. You are making Jay a hero because you have played, guess what? Zero classical games. Okay. So it's very important. Radesh, kindly ask your parents to give me a call. Radesh Sawant, ask your parents to give me a call. This one goes on our YouTube. Like I am sleeping because it's Sunday. If you want to sleep, you can sleep. No problem. Don't bother joining a chess up. I'm telling you this openly on air. When your coach is taking a feedback session and you want to enjoy sleep, आपको 5 से 6 के बीच में ही सोना है. Wonderful. शाम को, like wonderful. Dude, you are very active. I think you can sleep. And I am right about the Tokyo Olympics. I mean, it's awesome. Kindly ask your parents to give me a call. Anyway, so surely, Sagar, 2 rapid games and 0 classical. What am I supposed to do with that? Now you're saying sorry, no? Ask your parents to give me a call. Sorry is okay, I'll take that, but ask your parents to give me a call. Sorry is not fine. Sorry. Sorry. Am I your slam book friend or your chocolate friend or something? I'm your coach, man. What do you mean you're telling me you're sleeping on Sunday? Like there was a feedback session that I am working here for so that you guys do better. And you, in between 5 and 6 in the evening on Sunday, you want to sleep like extra. It's not. Rayansh made it very clear. Not 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's like extraordinary. Radesh, it's awesome, man. Okay. Meanwhile, Sagar says, I'll work hard. Well, what do you mean by work hard? You have to play. First of all, why did you not play in the tournament? Answer that. Quick. I want answers here. Sagar Khedkar. Why? Why did you not play the hub tournament? Well, who gave you the discount of not participating? That's not fair. And yes, that's some descending order. Birthday boy. That's nice, is it not? 210. That's right. Okay. So very important, guys. Sagar, why did you not play in the hub tournament? I told you that you have to do that in order to improve. I want a quick answer on that. Meanwhile, a decent performance in an outside tournament. I'm not saying I'm very happy with this. Look at that. 3 wins, 3 losses. But you can do better. But what can I say? There's only 2 rapid games to your credit. That's all. And what you do is, last point for you is, you don't allow your pieces to develop. I think something what I told Namish also applies to you. Look forward to actively develop your pieces rather than block your own piece development like you've done with the move d6 here. Please try to avoid those things. By playing d6, your bishop is not going to come out. Knight f6 would have been much better there. Okay. And of course, use of time. This is one positive feedback. Please time some positive feedback. Okay. Positive because he won this game, and Jay and Namish should make a note that he's using his time. You can see that out of the 10 plus 5, he now has 3 minutes remaining. Well, that is still fast, but at least he's used the timing there. Okay, I want you to him appreciated on this point. That's all I have time for you, and it's perfect 6 o'clock. Well, 3 students in an hour can be dealt with, but if at all we can make it 2 hours. By the way, next time instead of Sunday, we can make it on Saturday because Radhesh sleeps on Sunday. Ooh, Saturday he might eat. Friday he might yawn. There might be hiccup session on Thursday. I don't know. You're sleeping? I hope the others made a note of this. It is digitally 6. Time for us to stop. I enjoyed bringing this session to you. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something from this, guys. Make sure that you type that. Jai, please remember that. Okay, we'll discuss whose feedback comes next during the week because now we are going to meet on Tuesday. Jai, link for tomorrow's tournament and everybody plays in tomorrow's tournament. Please, everybody plays tomorrow. Okay, make sure that happens. Make sure. Enjoyable. My pleasure, guys. Bye bye.